And right now, we're happy to be joined on the Mattress Warehouse hotline by the toast of the town. It is Taylor Heinike, who had an unbelievable performance in his first start in a Washington football team uniform. Good morning, Taylor.
Morning. How's it going?
What's up, bro?
Doing great. Hey, Taylor, before we get into the game, I want to rewind because I'm just curious. You grew up in kind of the Atlanta area, right?
Yep, the suburbs northeast of Atlanta.
Who was your guy growing up? Were you a Vic guy? Who did you root for? Who was the quarterback you wanted to be?
So my dad was born in Wisconsin, so I was born a cheesehead all the way, big Packer fan. So I grew up watching Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. So, that's where I kind of got my my passion for the game, going out there and having fun, just watching Brett Favre do his thing. So, it's kind of cool that I got his number out there too.
Yeah, very cool.
Taylor, we have to correct probably half our listeners who call you Tyler.
So annoying.
It's very annoying. But I know we heard a lot of stories about your background and what you were doing before Rivera called you on the broadcast, but can you kind of give us an idea of where you were living? I know you were taking virtual classes to get your degree at ODU. We know you had a really good college career. Where were you working out? Who were you throwing to? Where were you living? What were you doing before Rivera called you?
Yeah, so it's kind of a crazy deal. I was up in St. Louis for the XFL, and then COVID happened. So I went back to Georgia. I was living with my sister for about 2 to 3 months, and then from there, I thought it was a good time for me to buy a house and get my own spot. So bought a house, started taking classes, training all summer and during the season, and was throwing to about two or three NFL guys that's either been in the NFL or were right there, almost got in. So it was good that I was getting some good work in throughout the whole year. And I've been just training with the same guys I've been training with since high school. So again, it was a good deal. But again, it's been a roller coaster the last month and a half.
Was Coach Rivera the only coach that called you during the season?
Yeah, I felt like that was probably the biggest and probably the best option for me if something were to happen, just because the familiarity with the coaches.
Hey, Taylor, can you talk about your journey, though, like how you ended up at ODU? I'm assuming because you're not a big guy that you didn't have a ton of offers. What was your high school experience like and your recruiting experience and how you ended up at ODU where you put up big numbers?
Yeah, so through high school, we had a really good running back. He was probably top 5 in the state. So we were running the ball 30 times a game, and I was only getting to throw the ball maybe 10. So I wasn't getting a lot of film out there. I was going to a lot of summer camps.
Right.
Taking all that time to try and get just one offer. And then senior year came around. We got a new OC, and he said, "Let's start throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game." And then, he started talking my language there and started putting up some good numbers. Yeah, started putting up some good numbers, went to the semifinals, got some good things going, and then that's when the offer started rolling in. But ODU was the first to offer, and, I just stuck with them. They took a chance on me, and, I thought that was cool, and, I stuck with them.
And after ODU, you've taken an unorthodox path to get here to Washington. You've been in 4 different, NFL cities. You've been with the Vikings, Pats, the Texans, and the Panthers. You mentioned your stint with the St. Louis Battlehawks in the XFL. How has that part of your journey prepared you for what you did on Saturday night against Tampa?
Yeah, it's you go back and look at a lot of things, and you kind of learn stuff from yourself and from your past, and you don't want to want those things to happen again. I learned a lot after the whole XFL thing kind of ended, and I was at home trying to figure out what to do, what my next plan was. And while I was doing that, there was still a glimmer of hope in the back of my mind that there still might be a chance. So I kept working hard, and I just kept telling myself, just prepare like if you do get this shot, it's going to be the last shot you get. And again, I was sick to my stomach on how football ended for me in Carolina with a torn tricep, a loss, then going to the XFL, not really getting a starting job and playing. I didn't want football to end for me that way. So, I just trained just for the sheer fact if I did get an opportunity, I wanted to make the best of it.
By the way,
what were you doing for income?
Nothing. I was,
really?
I was training. Yeah, I was just training some kids at the gym. When I went out and trained with those guys, I would bring some high school kids out there with me and train those kids and maybe make $1 here or there, but nothing crazy.
By the way, what would you do with the advanced mathematics degree? Like, what profession?
Did you actually like math?
What do you dive
Is that fun
into?
to you?
He's
That's
smart,
a great question.
Cakes.
I have no idea what I want to do with it.
Hey, Taylor, what was this week like for you? I want you to break it down for us. What was Alex telling you? What was Ron telling you? What was your gut? When did you find out for sure you were going? And then did you look at this as something to be nervous about? Or did you look at it like, man, I got nothing to lose. I'm just going to go out there and ball and just do my thing?
Yeah, like you just said, that's kind of was my mentality, and it's kind of been my mentality since I got up here. Even on practice squad, I was like, you know what, I'm coming every day and prepare like I'm starting, just in case. The NFL is a crazy business. Injuries happen. With all this COVID stuff going on, you just never know. So, when I went out to practice and everything, I was preparing like I was starting. But this past week, it was the same as any other week. It was kind of the same deal where Alex wasn't really getting much reps. He was letting his leg rest. But then once Friday morning came around and we had that walkthrough, and he still didn't get much reps throughout the week, Ron Rivera came up to me and told me I was starting. And the day before the game when you go up against Tom Brady, but I was preparing all week like I was starting, so I wasn't surprised. I wasn't nervous. I felt like I was ready to go.
Joined by Taylor Heinike, Washington football team quarterback, who started against Tampa this past weekend in the playoff loss. When you were preparing, you knew this Tampa defense was great against the run, top-ranked rushing defense. Did that weigh in the back of your mind, like, man, I got to do even more because we're probably not going to get a ton out of the running game? How did that affect your approach to the game?
Well, we kind of looked at that stat kind of differently. They were first in run defense, but they were also up in a lot of games quick. So, teams were just kind of ditching the run and passing because they were trying to get back in the game. So we felt like if we kept the game close, we could still kind of run the ball against them. As you guys saw Saturday night, they did a great job against the run, and we just had to keep, throwing the ball. But like you said, there was never a time where I felt like I needed to do more. It was more of just play the playbook, man. Just execute what we talk about in practice. Let those guys get the ball in their hand and let them do their thing. So I didn't feel any extra pressure from it.
So the night before the game, Friday night in the hotel, how were you feeling? How did you sleep? Were you feeling there's a lot of pressure on me because I'm going against the GOAT and, it's a playoff game? Or did you feel kind of carefree? I'm just going to go out and play. There's not a lot of pressure. No one really expects me to play well. They don't expect me to win the game against Tom Brady. How did you feel personally?
Yeah, that's kind of how I was feeling. Throughout the whole week, I didn't really get any butterflies until about maybe 3-4 hours before the game when I was getting my car heading to the stadium, and that's when it all kind of hit me. But like you said, I had nothing to lose out there. I'd kind of been on the other side. This is my one opportunity. A lot of people expected us to lose big. Didn't have a chance, so we just went out there and let it all hang out and went out there and played well.
Don't answer this question. We haven't done this on the show for a while, but we got Taylor Heinike, the quarterback for the Washington football team that threw for over 300 yards and 1 touchdown rushing, 1 touchdown passing. You just mentioned you were driving to the game. Guys, let's bet $1.
All right.
What did Taylor drive to the stadium?
Okay.
Well, is it his car or was it a rental?
It was a rental.
It was a rental.
Rental.
See, that's going to ruin
I'm
it.
still going to go.
Well, how about what he drives at home?
No. Let's go with what. Well, okay.
Yeah, what he drives at home would be a better indicator.
Right.
What's
Who's
his
going
ride
first?
at his sister's house?
I'll go
Right.
Ford F-150.
Oh, that was
he
going to
took
be
my
mine.
pick.
That was going to be mine.
All right, I'm going to go with the Chevy version of the
Don't say
pickup
anything,
truck.
Taylor. Jason?
Oh, he's got no money. I don't know how you can afford
Yeah,
it.
but he's been in the league a little bit. He's made a little bit.
I'm going to say he drives a Tahoe.
A Tahoe, that's a great guess. We're all sort of in that truck.
Yeah, we're all. He's got to be a truck/SUV guy.
I feel like, but I'm just gonna
should
say
go
he's
with the
got a.
curveball.
I'm gonna throw a curveball and say he's a Beamer guy, but not anything big, just like a 3 Series.
What does Taylor Heinike drive at home?
Ford F-150.
Damn it!
Wow, nice.
I knew it. That would have been my
First one
guess.
in.
It's
I
so
knew that was-
cliche.
I know.
It's so cliche. Hey, Taylor, we talked about this beforehand. You're known to say that you know this offense like the back of your hand. So I want to rewind for a second. The scramble that you had and the touchdown where you get to the pylon, unbelievable play. I could watch that play 1,000 times. I don't know if you went home and watched it over and over again and watched the clips because it was awesome the way that you evaded the rush. You kind of ducked, and then you found it. What was the call? Give us the full call before that play and what was supposed to happen.
I'll leave the play call out there, but I'll kind of go through with you the reads. You know,
Yes.
we had a halfback kind of just free release in the flats, and actually going back and looking at film, I should probably throw it in its own now, but I didn't feel comfortable with it. You know, at first I felt like he was covered, so then there was a drag coming to replace him from the other side. I felt like he was covered, and then you got Logan with a dig behind him. And I felt like he was covered, so at that point I was like, okay, I got to make something happen. And I felt like the defensive line was doing a great job of kind of containing me in that pocket on that play. And that's when I kind of started dancing back there and found a little hole and got out of it. And then when I saw that pylon, I just made a straight beeline for it. I didn't notice that I leaped from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, you did.
You know, yeah, it was pretty cool when I went back and watched over it.
But give us the call. Give us the call under center because we're always amazed by the verbiage.
Well, this one's pretty simple. You know, it's just a gun Troy right, gone left tape, H flat. You know, but there were some other ones that were pretty long paragraph.
So Taylor, here's my evaluation of you, and you know I've seen you play for a game and a quarter. All right, that's how much I know about Taylor Heinike. But my evaluation is this guy is a baller. He's a gamer. He's gutsy. He's not big. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but this guy has an uncanny ability to see the field, too. Your college coach talked about that. He said, you're the only guy coached in 32 years that could go through 5 reads. Listen, I never played quarterback, but I played turkey bowls every year, and I get flustered. I don't know how you do it. I have no idea how you do it. What's it like standing in there? And that's just an innate ability that not many people have. Let's be honest. This is one of the most difficult positions to play in the world of sports. And does it all seem calm to you? How do you, did you always have that ability? You know, because some guys just don't have it.
Yeah. You know, it's a combination of a lot of things. I think a lot of it is, you know, instincts and natural ability. I think a lot of it is just trust in your offensive lineman. I mean, some guys you see maybe get sacked once or twice, and then they start looking at the offensive lineman when they're dropping. It's a combination of a lot of things. But again, our offensive line played really well. Go back and look at the film. You know, they were keeping me up. You know, catching the blitz pretty well. So, we trusted them, and then just in the back of my mind saying, let's get this ball out quick and let these guys do their thing with the ball in their hand. I felt very comfortable out there.
I have a bet here. I bet you're one of those guys that just shows up. Like when you're not playing, like I bet over the last 6 months, you would just showed up at the local Sport and Health and just ball out like at lunchtime with all the other young guys. Is that true or false?
Well, kind of true. I'll go out there. A lot of people don't even, when my trainer introduces me to like new people, as like a NFL quarterback, like, no, he's not. You know, this guy's like 5'10", working 170. You know, so I actually have to go prove myself to everybody out there.
Yeah, by the way, I was kidding when he got no money. I understand the NFL, even if he's a practice squatter, he's got some cash.
I mean, he was living with his sister, though.
That's true. Well, that's because he bought a house.
He's smart.
But listen, now there's an opportunity, a real opportunity here for you. And you know this. I mean, if you would have completely thrown up on yourself out there on Saturday night, people would have said, you know what, there's a reason he was, taking virtual classes. But you didn't. So I'm just wondering, you're a restricted free agent, I think. What's your contract status? What do you think the next step is for you and your agent?
Yeah, I think my contract is up in February, I believe. And then free agency starts in March. But yeah, I am a restricted free agent, so whatever Washington wants to do, that's their choice. I want to be here. I love it here. Love Ron. I love Scott. Love the guys in this locker room. And again, it's nice being familiar with these coaches and with the offense and feeling comfortable with all the guys. It's something that you don't really find in a lot of places. So, again, I would love to be back here. That would be definitely my first choice. But, again, you never know.
Taylor, how cool is it that one of your biggest cheerleaders is Chase Young? I mean, this is a blue blood guy, number 2 overall pick. He could pull the, I went to Ohio State snobbery on you because you went to ODU, but he has fully embraced you. We saw it on the NFL Mic'd Up segment. We saw it in the playoff game after you scored. He ran onto the field and was pointing at your nameplate after the touchdown. I mean, he's really shown why, the coaching staff and everybody points to him as a really great young leader on this team.
Yeah, I've been, 4 or 5 teams, and again, I'm not that big of a veteran because I've been in and out and stuff like that, but throughout my years, I've never seen a rookie come in the league and just take over the way he has, not just on the field, but in the locker room and in the community and stuff like that. The guy is our leader as a 21, 22-year-old guy, and he's producing on the field. And he's, out there cheering on offense when we're playing. It's really cool to see. And again, the guy's 22, and I'm almost looking up to him like he's older, just because of how, it's Chase Young, man. The guy's unbelievable, and
right.
He's just a special dude. He's gonna be a problem for this league for a long time, and I'm really excited for him.
Talking to Taylor Heinike, starting quarterback for the Washington football team, threw for over 300 yards, touchdown pass, also had an incredible scramble for a touchdown run. So you took us through the call on your touchdown run and scramble. Talk about the pass to Sims for the touchdown, what you were looking at that pre-read and during the play, because I was amazed. It looked like he threw the ball before he even made his break.
Yeah, so we had a play where we liked a one-on-one with Logan against the linebacker. He was going to do a little double move, and I was going to try and throw him a high ball and get the touchdown. Well, once that ball was snapped, I saw that safety kind of went and double him, and I knew from there I had a one-on-one outside with Steven, and I felt a little bit pressure coming from my left side, so I just kind of let the ball go to the back pylon and knew that Steven could go get it. And, it happened perfectly. It was perfect timing. If I waited a half second longer, it would have been incomplete or maybe even picked. So, again, I was just trusting my footwork and with my read and letting those guys go play.
Can you evaluate those receivers for us? Because they're much maligned here. I mean, obviously, everybody loves Terry McLaurin. I mean, what is there not to love? His personality is unbelievable.
Terry loves Taylor, by the way.
Taylor, yes. His ability is unreal, and he's just a classy guy. We know that. Can you talk about Cam Sims, Steven Sims, Logan Thomas, and those guys, and kind of break down what their strengths are?
Yeah. Again, it's a young group of guys. So again, I just got here, so I was trying to get a feel for them too. Probably the most work I got with anyone was probably Cam, just with Terry being out past previous weeks. But Cam's a big physical guy. Good route runner. I feel like if you give him a chance with the one-on-one ball, it's a good shot. He's coming down with it, and when he has the ball in his hands, he's tough to bring down. So that's a good thing about Cam. Steven Sims, he's very, very fast, twitchy, so he's kind of hard to bring down, as you saw on that touchdown pass. He doesn't lose any speed when he breaks, and it's almost like he gets faster when he gets around that turn. So again, he made some good plays. Logan Thomas, big body guy. He was a quarterback in the past, so he kind of knows the game. He understands what we're looking for. So he's very quarterback friendly. Almost things that you have to tell other tight ends. You don't have to tell him. He already knows. And big body guy, very athletic. So again, there's a great group of guys here. We just got to keep getting better every year. And again, we're young, so just got to keep progressing through the off season.
So, Taylor, what's the next step for you? I mean, when do you go back home to Atlanta, get into the new house, and then how often are you going to work out? Are you going to work out with the same guys? How does this all change now?
Yeah, so I'll probably be up here for another week, just get some treatment on this shoulder, and after that, probably head home. And then once the shoulder starts feeling pretty good, start training again down in Atlanta in the new house. Maybe take a trip or two, get away from it all, but that's the plan right now. Work out with the same guys and come back stronger.
What is the injury to the shoulder?
It was just a little AC joint separation or sprain. Hurts like hell, but that's the good hurt.
Yeah.
Does Taylor Heinike have a wife or girlfriend? What is the status?
Nope, I'm single, man. Just trying to stay away from it all. Focus on ball.
Are you not on Twitter, though? Nobody can slide into your DMs?
No Twitter, just Instagram.
Just Instagram. Okay.
Taylor, all right, we want to bet one more thing, all right? Because I think EB, when he was alluding to what are you like at, if you show up at a sport and health and that you're just a baller, I don't know if you're a golfer, but let's bet on your hand. Let's at least throw that out there. At least proceed. Have you ever played golf?
Yes.
All right, so let's bet on his handicap.
Oh, at least.
He's like a
Is he
5.
going to be just a
5 or
stud,
6.
like scratchy? Or I'll start with like a 12.
I'm going to say like a 8.
I'll say 6.
He's a quarterback.
He's silly.
Man, 6
He's
is
a pure
hard to
stroke.
get. 6 is hard to
Yeah,
get
but quarterbacks are ballers. He's a great
Oh.
athlete, Jason.
He is. I have no idea. I mean, what did you guess? 12, JP?
Yes.
I say 8.
All right, I'll go 10.
Taylor?
Damn, you guys are giving me way too much credit.
Yeah.
Are you a chop?
Not a chop, but I'll say like I shoot like a 86.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not.
I can hang with them, but
You have your
I'm
moments.
not-
You're probably a 12 to a 15.
You have your moments.
Yes, I have my moments.
Gotcha.
So I'm definitely going to lose a couple balls.
Hey, let me ask you this.
He probably wasn't a country club kid.
Right.
No, but you know what? I go back and blame my dad for this. My dad's passed away now, but he was a big golfer, and he went to Hawaii on a golf scholarship. My aunt was in the LPGA for a couple of years.
Wow.
And I look back and I'm like, you know what? Why didn't you guys teach me at a young age? I'm out here getting blown out by all my buddies, losing money.
Well,
Yeah,
if
that's
you get
amazing.
if you're on a roster, if you're on this roster, you're going to have any country club you want to join.
All
my
the
friend.
private lessons you ever need, right there.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of great ones around here, buddy.
Jason has the hookups. Just call up
Yep.
Bish Bucks.
We'll take care of
Yeah,
you. We'll get you out to Trump or
Everybody in
Evergreen
Washington
or
knows you got to hit up Lurch.
Riverbend or,
He'll get you all the dinner deals, too.
RTJ. We'll get you somewhere.
Yeah, Jason introduced you all the bartenders. He knows them all.
Taylor, congratulations. Really appreciate you jumping on with us this morning. It was really fun to watch, and you won the whole town over. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
aware of this, but the town is in love with you.
Oh, he knows.
Right.
He knows it now.
You might actually want to stay longer than a week because you're a god right now in D.C.
Yeah, you could do pretty well right now. He might fix that girlfriend situation real quick. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.